I am trying some different ways to create my videos. So this is not going to have the same introduction that you normally see when I upload a video. This is a standalone video. However, I'm trying to do all my editing on the phone. This is not an unlisted live. I'm just trying some different ways to approach videos. Today, I am going to work in my Bible art journaling, and I am following along with Sue Hiles in her traveler's notebook, and she is working through Psalms 46. And I'm just following along. When she does a video, I do a video, and we are on verses 3 and 4, so that's what we're going to work on. This was my verses 1 and 2. And I'm just going to flip here to do verses 3 and 4. I will keep it fairly simple. I want to make this video fairly short. And this video is kind of about the tumult and the trouble that we see in our world today. We see a lot of trouble in our world today. It's in the news constantly. It just seems like you cannot watch anything on social media or pick up a newspaper or the news is just filled with bad report. And if you get too much of that, I think we do. I think we feed our minds with too much negativity. No wonder we're such crabby people. And I include myself in that. I do include myself in that. When I focus too much on the negative, oh my goodness. So I have to turn to my faith a lot of times for the positivity. And faith meaning getting into the Word of God, getting into the Bible and focusing on God and His love and His control. And, well, we'll just read about it in Psalms 46. Now, I will mention, because this is a faith-based video, I do put the comments on approval basis, but you can go ahead and comment and I will see it. And most of the comments are very good. But I do get a few negative ones, especially when I do faith-based videos. And I realize that not everybody is of the same faith, and I respect that. But I would appreciate the same respect back. That's all I'm saying. So to be fair, I just put them on an approval basis to weed out any negative ones before they hit the waves. So let's continue on with Psalms 46. Sue used her FW inks on her page, so I think that's what I'm going to do. This is a jelly print that I did. This is one that I did not send out in the swap. I see I need to do some repairing here. Let's do that right now. And I don't mind going back and repairing pages that need repaired. Sometimes, especially when you're using a glue stick, you just need to sometimes go back and make sure everything is secure. So I'm going to use my FW inks. I'm going to use blue and green here. I'm going to start out with the blues. And I don't want to cover too much of this. I'm just basically going to add some blue down in here. And it's just sort of a wash that I'm adding. I love this jelly print. It came out really nice. I love the worlds in the background. Let's see, but I think I'm going to use this as a border to catch what I put. I need to get my border done in here. And we'll do the same thing over here. And over here. Now, I probably will do some editing of this video depending on how it turns out. I'm going to try to keep it fairly short. But you are seeing it in real time. I have not fast forwarding anything yet. I may learn how to do that on my phone. And one reason that I'm doing it this way or doing unlisted lives is that editing these videos can take a tremendous amount of time out of my day. Time that I would rather spend doing other things. Here's the blue. Let's see if I can't just put a little blue wash in here. Wash in there. Okay, I like that. What a beautiful universe the Lord has given us. If you believe in God as the creator, oh my goodness. And it amazes me that we are just one little planet out in a universe of universes. Oh my goodness. To think that we're just one tiny little planet and we are in a universe and there are many, 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 many universes. It blows my mind to think about it. And I think it's supposed to blow our minds. It makes you realize how small we are. But in spite of that, there's all these things going around us. And I've pulled out negative things out of the daily newspaper. Tossed by the wind. Violence. And you'll see why when you see the verses. In nightmare. Let's just start putting these things down. Now, a lot of people just refuse to read the daily paper anymore because of all the negativity. There's nothing but bad news these days. Or if there is good news, it's just few and far between. We have this beautiful world that we live in, and we have all this craziness, crazy world happening around us. Isn't that something? It's almost, I don't know, it's almost a wonder in itself, but a wonder, not a good wonder. Yeah, it goes on and on and on. Losses, tossed by the wind, venom. Rollover crashes, car crashes. Let's see, that's loco. I'm just going to cut that off. And these are just things, wars. Wars and rumors of wars. All that beautiful universe that we live in. How it's getting marred by all the negativity. All the the bad news out there, all the things that can defeat you. No wonder a lot of people don't like reading the newspaper. Look at this. Deadly. I can go on and on and on with these. Changes to social media. Somebody changed their social media name to avoid bullying. Joblessness. Not being able to provide for yourself through no fault of your own. So sometimes we just don't control these things. They happen to us. Murders and attacks and losses. Assault cases, nightmares. Let's stop there. Let me glue these down. Oh, sometimes it feels like it's a shame to put all this negativity on this beautiful artwork. But think, God created a beautiful universe. And think what we, as a culture, as a nation, as a world, what we are doing to this beautiful, beautiful universe. And maybe not us personally. I mean, I doubt that many of you actually go out and commit crimes and that, but things happen to you. Violence, wars, nightmares, attacks, loss of jobs. We have little control over this if they happen to us. Let's put that. And you're going, well, why are you doing this, Mary? Why are you focusing on the negative? Well, you'll see why in a minute. I mean, why aren't you on such a beautiful page picking out positive phrases? Well, for one thing, I don't think I could find this many positive phrases in my daily newspaper. Maybe I could in several weeks if I looked hard. I'm not saying that there's nothing positive that's printed, but it's not on a daily basis. We see more negative news than we do positive news. Of course, obituaries is something that's going to happen to all of us sometime in our life. We all have a time to be born and a time to die. Social media, bullying. That's what this one's about. Wars. Attack, jobless, the economy affects a lot of us. We have no control over it sometimes. All right, so there's all these negative things. So what do you do about that? Where do you go? Well, let me share with you. I got this bookmark at the library. A good book will take you far, far away. And what better book to take you far away from all this negativity than the Bible? So we're going to put on here Psalms 46. Let me get these two labels out here. I was going to use these. These are some Petals and Blooms label that I got on sale at Hobby Lobby. So, and these are labels. I can just pull them out. And I think I will just put them right in the center of everything. No, I think I'll put it down because I want some of the negativity to show, because it's floating all around us. We are affected by what happens around us. We are tossed by the wind. Let's just put the other one here. So Psalm 146, Psalm 46, Psalm 46, and we are going to do verse 3, and it says, though the waters roar and be troubled, and waters can be literal water, like you're in a storm, in a sea. But I think of waters as being everything that's happening in our life around us. Those things that, those events, those news events, life around us. Though the waters roar and be troubled. Though the waters roar and be troubled. Though the mountains shake. You think of the mountains shaking. I think of mountains as being normally big, huge, secure. I think of security when I think of mountains. But when they're shaking, what you think is secure in your life is not necessarily secure. Think of our economy. Think of the world events, the war, how we're tossed by the wind, violence, people coming at us with hate and you know, things, just turbulence around us. So though the mountains shake, our security gets shook up. With its swelling. Here's God's answer. This is where we go. Psalm 46, verse 4. There's a river. There is a river. There's a place. Whose streams make glad the city of God. And when I think of the city of God, I think of believers and people who believe in God, believe in the Lord Jesus. There's a place where they can go when they are hit by all this crisis around them. The holy place. the holy place of the tabernacle of the Most High God. The tabernacle, the church, the sanctuary of the Most High. And this is just my own handwriting. So I think that says it all. That says everything that I need to say. When you're being hit by crisis in your life, personal crises, maybe it's a sickness, maybe somebody in your family's going through a hard time, maybe it's a car accident, or maybe you've taken a tumble and fell and broke a leg, or your best friend is getting cancer or has passed away of cancer. You read the newspaper, you open it up, and you see the world, all this negativity just churning and churning and churning, and you're being hit by all this negativity. There's a place you can go. There's a tabernacle. There's a place of solace, at least for me, and that is the good book that takes you away from it all. And for me, that's the Holy Bible. It's God speaking to us. God saying, I have control. Though the waters roar and be troubled, it's going to happen. We can't prevent it. Though what you think is secure, though the mountains shake with its swelling, you think you have security, but you see the world shaking around you. Psalm 46:4 says, there's a river whose streams make glad the city of God. And to me that says, there's a place of peace. There's a place where you can find comfort. The holy place of the tabernacle of the Most High. And that's why I have my daily devotions. So that's my interpretation of Psalm 46, verses 3 and 4. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I have enjoyed sharing it with you. I will see you on the next page.